Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my Take on Tottenham. And full-time result: Tottenham 0, Chelsea 3. Very up and down game. Yeah, very strange. Very strange in terms of pluses and negatives. Because even in a game that has ended 3-0 against your rivals, there are some positives. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it. So. First half, first we have to talk about the team sheet. We welcome back Dyer, who I thought had some form of an injury last week against Palace, but he was back in the starting lineup today. Sonny as well, back after his international break injury. Lo Celso, Romero and Sanchez was on the bench, but Lo Celso and Romero into the starting lineup. And also Tongi and Ndombele. Very happy to see him in the starting lineup. I thought he played very well on Thursday in the Europa League, and yeah, I thought he deserved a starting place, and I'm glad that he got it. And I thought he performed very well as well. And Ndombele, he did exactly what you want him to be doing. It's just carrying the ball, using his figure, using that low centre of gravity that he has. And I thought he performed very well. He didn't stay on the whole 90, but I thought he played very well. And that is a positive considering where we were a couple of weeks ago in transfer window. I thought Harry Kane looked better in the first half. We'll get into him later, but it was an improvement on what we'd seen since he's been back in the team, really. But yeah, it was good to have these players back, and I thought really a strong starting lineup, a lot stronger than I thought we were going to have. And my only criticism, and I'm not going against players like Skip or Brian Hill at all, but I did look on the bench thinking there's not much on the bench really that will change the game. I thought Oliver Skip and Brian Hill, looking at those two names on the bench, were the only people that I would say that you would be able to bring on to even try and change the game. But they're not to the degree of the subs that Chelsea made, for example. And I did sort of think that was probably going to be a weakness going in later to the game, that Chelsea can make the subs that can change the game, and Spurs necessarily can't. And yeah, so I wrote this down because I need to say it. I always find myself saying it. We got a free kick in a really good position in the first half, and Harry Kane stepped up for it. It was in a bit of a difficult position because it's one of those that's just too close to the box to sort of get it up and down again. But Harry Kane stepped up, and I wrote down on my trusty notepad, you all know it, Harry Kane, free kick equals wall. I wrote that down before he took the free kick, and shockingly, it hit the wall and went out for a corner. I'm just so used to seeing Harry Kane step up for free kicks and then hit the wall, because they just do. We've not had a free kick taker since Eriksen, since Eriksen left, and Harry Kane's free kicks always hit the wall. You can put money on it. But all in all, a very good first half. I thought Ndombele played very well. I've already spoke about him. Dele ran his heart out that first half. Sonny, was always a threat. Højbjerg as well, I thought was really good, getting tackles, breaking up the play, doing his job perfectly. I thought Reguilon as well did. He had a quite a solid first half. Very impressive first half. It was very good. It was very good to watch. I thought Chelsea looked a bit stunned by it. Chelsea didn't have that much to go off in the first half. They started to come more into it after sort of the first half an hour, but Spurs were very impressive. And unfortunately, that's as kind of as far as it goes. And I feel really bad because, especially with the scoreline, you would just look at 3-0, they played, all this and that. I don't think Spurs played terribly. They played a lot worse against Palace. Granted, they had a depleted side, but I've seen Spurs with this lineup, this sort of strength lineup, play a hell of a lot worse than they did today. And it's just weird, isn't it? It's how football is. But second half, a lot worse start, really. You could sort of see a sort of a change in the pattern of play. Big sub was Chelsea bringing on Kante. For me, that changed the game. Kante just gave him a whole new dimension, and it really started opening Spurs up. And then the first goal came from corner. Poor marking from Dele, really. It was not really tracking anyone. Then he started tracking Thiago Silva, and then by that point it was just too late. He got his head on it. And then the second goal, just you can't critique it. Kante took a long shot. It took a hell of a deflection off Eric Dyer, and it's hit the post and then trickled over the line. Not much you can do about that. Not much you can really, complain about either. It is just one of those. On another day, that could hit the post and go out the other way. It is literally just that. And then, sort of, after that, I felt like the second goal really, it was just, it kind of knocked the stuffing out of Spurs, really. They had a little period, sort of, around a 60-minute mark where they sort of rolled the sleeves up a bit and went, do you know what, we'll have a go at these again. And they had a good couple of patches where they tried to go at Chelsea, but I think you've just got to hold your hands up and say you were outplayed by a better team. They're absolutely miles better, Chelsea. I think everyone knows that, especially their summer business, they're going to be up there this season. I'll be surprised if they're not. They'll be fighting for the title for sure. They're absolutely the better team. Fully deserved the win as well. I thought Dyer and Romero, again, I'm praising the defence in a 3-0 loss. It doesn't usually happen, but this is what I mean. It was a weird game. I felt Dyer and Romero really did a good job on holding back Lukaku. Lukaku, one hell of a signing. What else can I say? He's a beast of a player. And I generally thought he was going to absolutely destroy us today. I thought he was going to get 2-3 goals maybe. And I thought Dyer and Romero really dealt with him quite well. Granted, Lukaku had chances that he could have put away. He decided to be very selfless today. He had chances, but he just ended up passing them or just something not falling right. But I felt like if he'd been hitting them first time, he could have had a couple of goals today. But got to give credit where credit's due. Like I said, I know it's a 3-0 loss, but I thought Dyer and Romero played very well today. Maybe that'll be the partnership going forward. You'd like to think Romero will be the starter every week, and it'll be switching between Sanchez and Dyer really. But I just thought, give him a bit of a shout out. Harry Kane, I thought he was better today, but not great. I thought he played better. He was more involved in the game than, say, Palace, where he had 0 shots. But it's still miles away from Harry Kane standards anyway. But yeah, like I said, better but not great. It is what it is. And then Chelsea got their third goal pretty much in injury time. Like I said, the game was won for them anyway. Spurs had just sort of stopped at that point, and Rudiger got the goal, I think it was, wasn't it? So again, a well-worked goal. But yeah, you can't. I can't say anything. I can't say that Chelsea didn't deserve to win. They did. I don't feel like Spurs played particularly terrible. I feel, it's a weird one to say really. I don't think they played really that bad. I thought they played a lot worse last week. But again, I found myself last week it was another 3-0 loss, but you kind of, you're praising guys like Joe Rodon because, again, defensively was brilliant last week. But then you look at the scoreline and go, well, that doesn't really add up, does it? But I did think Spurs played well today. I'm not coming on here absolutely ranting away. You guys know, if you watch this channel, if you watch me, whatever, if that team puts the worst performance in and shows no spirit, no heart, whatever, I'm going to come on here and rant about it and everything like that. But I didn't get that impression today. I got the impression that it was a team that wanted to play, that tried their hardest, and maybe the game could have gone a different way. Maybe it might have gone the same way if they got a goal in the first half. If Spurs and managed just get their nose in front of that first half, give them something to hold on to, maybe the game could have gone a different way. But, Chelsea managed the game very well first half. Like I said, Spurs, very much in control first half. Chelsea made the subs, Kante being the most important one, and like I said, that changed the game for me. And yeah, like I said, it shows the difference in where the teams are. I said they can go to their bench and bring a player like Kante on, So yeah, Chelsea deserved the win, but I've got to give credit to Spurs for at least giving it a go today. And like I said, you just got to hold your hands up and say that you lost against a better team, and that was it. So just before I go, if anyone has noted, read the news or anything like that, you will have seen today the unfortunate news that Jimmy Greaves has passed away. Very, very sad news, of course. If you're a football fan, you probably know Jimmy Greaves, but obviously being a Tottenham fan as well, very much know of Jimmy Greaves and what a brilliant player for the club he was. Club legend, of course. The club's record goal scorer. We all talk about Harry Kane reaching that one day. Hopefully that would be brilliant. But no, it's very sad news. Thoughts are with Jimmy's family in this difficult time, and the club being his family as well. Because like I said, he was a Tottenham legend, and it's just really sad to sort of see and whatnot. And it's it's not nice, and I just thoughts are with his family and everyone during this difficult time for them. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of make sure that we didn't forget about it or anything like that. It's just difficult, isn't it? It's a difficult thing to talk about. But yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy Greaves. And it's just a shame we couldn't get the win today. But yeah, thoughts with him and his family, and yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, COYS Spurs.